Older British proof sets are pretty hot right now. They've been going up steadily in price over the last few years. This one, the 1839, realised an auction world record in 2015. It does contain the very, very beautiful Una and the Lion pattern £5 gold piece. And this was the first one in the Victorian era. And we're just going to go through some of the Victorian proof sets leading up to an unboxing halfway through this video. So bear with me. 1839, it started off. This was the one to celebrate the coronation of Queen Victoria. A few years later, this beautiful, beautiful proof set was minted, which contains the 1853 Gothic proof crown. This set is incredibly rare, very sought after and very expensive, and wasn't one of those proof sets that was really sold to the general public in a big way. There are a few of them around, and very, very few like this one, cased and in its original state. There were a few proofs in 1871, but fast forward to 1887 for the Queen's Golden Jubilee, Queen Victoria, massive glittering occasion. And in order to celebrate that occasion, this proof set, there was actually a long set and a short set, was produced. Really, very, very few of these gold coins are around. I think it was about 750, 760 of these coins which contain the golden versions were minted. So pretty rare coins. The next time we saw proofs was 1893. This set, which contains the veiled head of Victoria, started off with a 5 sovereign, 2 sovereign, 1 sovereign, half sovereign, and then the silver coins. These coins are actually even rarer generally than the Jubilee head ones. So the prices on them can be quite a lot higher, probably a third higher generally on the veiled head proofs compared to the Jubilee head proofs. Although generally the veiled head is not quite as desired, because people prefer the younger portraits of Victoria for some reason, maybe Victoria as a dolly bird. But these ones are also incredibly sought after, highly collectible, and actually really difficult to find. This proof set was auctioned last year at DNW in London. I went along to the auction preview and saw this set, and this fetched very, very, very high money, and the prices of older British proofs have certainly been rising steadily over the last few years, which leads us on to this box that arrived. And I'm sure by now you can imagine, you don't need to imagine, you'll see in a minute that this contains an older British proof. So I've been setting the scene, showing you the history from 1839 onwards, and this proof is one that I've managed to locate and buy for my own collection. So older British proofs are something that I've been collecting in a pretty small way because they are quite expensive things to purchase and collect. And my advice to you, if you're thinking about doing the same thing, is to start off with the kings. So start off with 1937 and 1918 and look at the half sovereigns, which are the value proposition, I guess. You should be able to pick up an 1837 half sovereign for about £700 to £1,500 according to condition, and the 1911 half sovereign around about the same, although you may be lucky and be able to pick up a fairly low grade 1911 half for less than £700 on some occasions. So the one that you can see here is one that is an extremely beautiful coin, lots of cameo, and this is a 2 sovereign. So this is between the 1 sovereign and the 5 sovereign, the Quintuple Sovereign. This is the one that goes in the middle in the set that you just saw in the previous snippet of video. It's got a nice lot of cameo, certainly on one side, maybe a little bit less, although it's not bad on the other side as well. I mean, it's going to be graded, of course, and you'll be able to see the progress of its grading on the channel. I'm also going to get it conserved by NCS before it's graded, and I will also ask for the photography service, so there's a really, really nice picture of it taken by NGC for posterity. It's a pretty valuable coin. I don't know what grade it will get. By all means, comment and let me know what you think. My guess is that it won't get less than a 63 and could get up to a 64 or a 65 if I'm lucky with conservation. But you can never tell with these things. It's it's not by any means clear cut. They could find something they don't like about it. I don't know, but it looks to me like a pretty good coin, and one that I'll be able to put in my own personal collection. I don't have a 1 sovereign 1893 to put it with. I don't have the 5 sovereign. I can see that it might be possible at some stage to add the 1 sovereign, but the 5 sovereign is likely to be way out of my price range. The month of May is going to be a pretty big month for new coins, so why not use the special code for May, valid until the 31st of May, and the code is Larry. The code is Larry. Valid at thecoinconnection.co.uk. So before I go and plan the next video that I'm going to make for the channel, I thought I'd leave you with a little bit of extra footage of the coin with different lighting, and you can tell me what you think about condition, how you think it'll grade, and then we'll see when we get it graded who was closest to the actuality of what actually happened when it went for conservation and grading. I think that a lot of the little marks, maybe handling marks over the years, a lot of that will lift off with conservation. The cameo looks pretty good to me. I think that it will definitely get cameo and maybe ultra cameo. You can see a few of those little polishing marks, hairlines. Hasn't got masses of them, and they aren't hairlines of scratching hairlines. They're die polish marks on the die itself. They don't extend over the horse area, for example. So let me know what you think. See what you think generally about the future pricing and desirability of older British proofs, and let's talk about the subject and get a few interesting comments.